In January of 2017, I participated in the Sanctity of Life Memorial at our church.
I volunteered to help clean the crosses that needed to go on the lawn.
My friend, she just started to tell me I had an abortion. I would have had a 40-year-old child to this day. And I said, you know what? I've had an abortion too. As a matter of fact, I've had 3. And she said, well, you know what? You're forgiven. And have you ever heard of surrendering the secret?
The class was the first place that I actually was able to share my complete story. I shared bits and pieces of the story, but I wanted to move on. I wanted to heal.
I didn't even know anything like this existed. I was the lone wolf. I didn't even talk about abortion.
What I love the most is seeing how women change throughout the 8 or 9 weeks that we're involved in the study.
We're not asking you to surrender your secret to the masses. It's more about surrendering your heart to God and just giving Him total control over your life. The pain, the grief, everything.
It took me 20 years to get to the point of knowing that I needed something extra like this Bible study. 20 years.
I feel like I peeled back a couple layers and I'm not ashamed. I don't feel guilty anymore, but I deal with the choices of my decision. I also learned that some of my behaviors relate to my decision. My insomnia, my anger issues, my decisions to drink more than I should. All those things affect or side effects of the abortion.
I was 18 when I had that abortion. That day after it happened, I cried that night. But after that, for 10 years, I didn't even think about that child. The tears when I was 18 after I had that abortion were tears of regret and sadness. My tears today are tears of joy because how the Lord worked that mess I called into a message for other people.
Leading the Surrendering the Secret study has become my personal ministry. You know, our common bond is that we're post-abortive, and I would have never in a million years imagined that anything as sweet as the friendships that have come out of these studies would have come from something so horrible.
It's really important, especially if you're working with other people, other women, that you go through an intentional healing process.
There's a lot of great life to be lived. You don't have to carry this horrific guilt around with you forever.
Healing is today. You can have healing and deliverance. The sooner you start, the sooner you can be on that road to recovery.
Pregnancy Resource Center has been offering this study for many years, but now it needs to be in the church. It needs to be where the women in the church can find it, where they're not afraid to come to it, and where it can strengthen the body.
God, He knew the pain that I was suffering. He knew the healing that I needed. He knew the void that I had in my heart. The Lord, He did fill that void for me through Surrendering the Secret.